We do. Thanks so much. Thank you for trying to sludge through my last name. It's an Italian immigrant last name, Sequenzia. It comes from Sicily. But more importantly, thank you for just highlighting some of the work that we're doing. As you said, I serve as policy director for the National Association of Evangelicals. We represent 40 denominations and 45,000 churches. But as I understand it, you're a Baptist pastor. Is that correct?
Yes, I am currently, yes.
So we work with the ERLC and the SBC. J.D. Greer is a good friend, but we don't represent Baptists. But I think it's about 90 million other Christians in the United States that the NAE represents.
Well, we appreciate that kind of representation, all of us, regardless of the national tagline, if you will, or name. But tell me about this concern. We've talked for years through our mutual good friend, the 21 Force, I think that's how we got connected with you.
True.
About the fact that the death penalty hangs over the heads of many people in many countries for simply saying the wrong thing or doing the wrong thing that can be considered by that culture as blasphemous and worthy of being put to death. Talk more about your concerns about that issue.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me take a step back and share that also as a part of the NAE, I have the honor of serving as co-chair for the International Religious Freedom Campaign to eliminate blasphemy and apostasy laws. So we have to break down first what apostasy and blasphemy are. Apostasy around the world is considered to be leaving a religion. Okay, so somebody who is proselytizing. And then blasphemy laws are the insults of a religion or its objects or its places. And the fact of the matter is, the co-chairs of the campaign to eliminate blasphemy and apostasy laws are of many different faiths. Now, I'm evangelical, and I represent the Christian point of view. But what happens in many of these countries around the world, particularly in the op-eds that you mentioned at the beginning of the conversation, we are targeting 11 Organization of Islamic Countries for their death penalty for blasphemy and apostasy laws. So currently, what we're asking for is the repeal of the death penalty for apostasy in Afghanistan, Iran, Malaysia, Maldives, Nigeria, Mauritania, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and UAE and Yemen. Interestingly enough, some of the same bad actors also have the death penalty for blasphemy, and those are Afghanistan, Iran, Mauritania, Nigeria, Pakistan, Somalia, and Saudi Arabia. So we've been working on this for over 2 years now and have made great headway, but I'm not sure if your listeners are very familiar with religious freedom and international religious freedom. So I'd like to give a little snippet of a definition of what does religious freedom mean. So inherent in religious freedom is the right to believe or not to believe as one's conscience leads, and to live out one's belief openly, peacefully, and without fear. Now, without fear doesn't occur in many of the countries that I previously named. Freedom of religion or belief is an expansive right, and it includes the freedoms of thought, conscious expression, association, assembly. Life as we know it here in America doesn't exist elsewhere, and that's what we're concerned about. So in America, it's our first freedom, but that doesn't exist. However, it is codified in international law. So if we look at Article 18 of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it basically lists out 7 main points of what they have defined as the right of freedom of thought. And so I'd like to just list those out if that's okay.
Well, we're limited in our time. We have about 2 minutes left.
Okay.
But tell us how our listeners can be engaged in helping in this effort to, because we do a lot of work on a regular basis every week on issues like this, people suffering church around the world, and human rights in general. We've done big programs recently regarding the Uyghurs and their current situation. So tell our listeners how they can add their voices to what you're doing.
Well, a really easy way is to go to nae.org/takeaction. On there are 2 different ways that folks can get involved on the grassroots level. Number 1, you can just log in there, sign in with your address, and it immediately pulls up your members of Congress. You can sign the International Religious Freedom Charter there and add your name or your organization's name to that. You can also, on that page, support the UN resolutions that we've been advocating for in the 77th annual UNGA, which occurred in December. Now, in that one, we were able to get freedom of religion or belief language in the resolution on the extrajudicial killings of folks that are put on death row for their, or extrajudicially killed for their freedom of religion or belief. So those are two ways, two different campaigns that folks can sign on to easily, put their name in there, and they can send those in to their members of Congress, to the president, and then take those to their to the UN if they so choose. Really easy ways to do that. Something that we're working with Senator Langford on. So last week I was in Washington on stage at the International Religious Freedom Summit, and Senator Langford was making the connection between companies that are American-based but have plants in other countries, some of the ones that I listed, specifically in Nigeria. Now, Nigeria was